Well, between snowflakes yesterday and ice in the stock tanks today, it appears winter's here. Won't be long, we're going to have to put the tank heaters in. And speaking of heaters, let me get the ice broke on the rest of these. We're going to come back and I'm going to tell you all about my heated jacket. Well, along with livestock and stock tanks, I can use a little wood for the wood stove, keep myself warm too. Which brings me to the heated jacket. A while back I was contacted by a company and they wanted to know if I'd be interested in trying their heated jacket. It might be something my subscribers might be interested in. So I thought about it and I thought, you know what, if you subscribe to either of my channels, you spend time outdoors. You're either farm, acreage, homestead, whatever you want to call it, but if you've got livestock, you're out like I was today, you got to take care of livestock. That works out. Maybe you're hunting, you like to hunt. I can think of more than one time I've sat on a deer stand freezing, waiting for a buck to come by. Or there's been times I've been out on the lake with my buddy doing ice fishing, and anything that'll keep you warmer at times like that has got to be better. So I thought, yeah, sure, I'd like to take a look at the jacket. It's something that my subscribers might like. First, let's talk about quality. I would say I probably took my first stab at heated apparel with a pair of electric socks almost 50 years ago. And I'd like to say the technology has improved considerably over the last 50 years. In fact, this, I would have to say, is just top of the line quality all the way around. Just the coat itself, not even getting into electronics, the fabric, it's waterproof, but at the same time it's breathable. So we're not letting moisture in, but we are letting moisture out. Really tough exterior to it too. It's not going to tear or rip easily. I usually wear an extra large in a jacket. That's what this is. But a lot of times I have problems with sleeves that are too short. That is not the case here. The sleeves are just right. I like those. I also like they have a Velcro attachment at the wrist. Mainly because if you're out when there's a lot of snow, you want that wrist down tight, but I don't want it that way every day where the jackets come. This one allows you to tighten it down if you want. You don't have to if you don't want it that way. It's got a hood, and the hood is detachable. It's also got some good Velcro here to tighten it in tight if you need it for that. Neat feature. As the jacket is waterproof, guess what? So is the zipper. Now, I can't say I've purchased a lot of waterproof clothing in the past, so that's the first time I'd seen a zipper like that, and I thought, that's pretty neat. It's got the same zippers on the pockets, and it's got the same zippers on the arm. And the interesting thing about the zipper is, as it works as a conventional, it also works the other way to give you access from the bottom, especially for the battery pouch, which is here. We'll get onto the battery pouch in just a minute. All right, next is the heating elements. It has two heating elements in front, one behind, and one on each arm. So you have 5 total. Now, one thing I did like about the placement on the front heating elements, I do a little bit of ice fishing, and if you are an ice fisherman, you know the thing you'd like to do when you're out ice fishing is don't wear gloves. You don't like gloves, you're messing with the fish, you just do not wear them. So sometimes it's a hand warmer. Well, that's fine, I've got one of those, but one hand warmer for 2 hands. If you put your hands in your pockets, it only works for one. The neat thing about this jacket is the heating elements are right by the pockets. So if you're out ice fishing and you don't want to wear gloves, you put your hands in your pockets, you're putting them right over the heating elements. It's like you have 2 built-in hand warmers all there ready to go. As far as how they're turned on or off, right here. There's the button right there. We hold it in. It comes up red. That means it's on high. One quick hit moves it to medium. One quick hit moves it to low. And a long deal shuts it back off. High is 140 degrees. The medium is 125 degrees. And the low is 110 degrees. So you have 3 power settings depending how cold it is. As far as the battery, how much power does that consume? If you're on high, they say you get 4 hours. Medium is worth 6, and low is worth 8 hours. But let's talk a little more about that battery. All right, now the battery. The battery is 12 volts. In a little bit I'm going to tell you why I think that's important. You can plug it into any USB port. That will charge it up. You can actually plug your phone into this. If you need to charge your phone, you can use this battery for that. One feature it has I like is it tells you how much charge you have left. And by that, I'm not saying it's like 4 little lights and when one light goes out you have less, or 2 lights go out, or it's got a bar and it keeps going. Now, this tells you exactly what you got. It says 60%, 61, 62, 63, 75, 80. It tells you exactly how much charge you have left, and I kind of like that. Now, we talked about duration of life, 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, depending how more you have this heated up. The nice thing is you can buy extra batteries. I mean, if you have a cordless drill, do you just have one battery? Or do you got another one so you can keep working? Well, you can have 2 of these, buy a spare battery if you think you need it, depending on how much time you're out. And there comes the next feature that I talked about, 12 volt, and what I really like. Let's say you're a snowmobiler, or you take your 4-wheeler, or your UTV, or let's say you're working on the farm, your tractor, or maybe you got a skid loader and you're spending a lot of time outside. You can buy an accessory with a 5-foot cord, plug in your coat, and plug it into a cigarette lighter. Now, if you're going to be out in a snowmobile for 4 or 5 hours and you don't want to use up your battery, plug it into the snowmobile. If it doesn't have a cigarette lighter in, put one in. So, working outside or recreation, whatever you're doing, if you're going to be on a vehicle of some sort that's got 12 volt power, because this is 12 volt, you can use a cigarette lighter adapter and use that all the time instead of using your battery. Now, the jacket comes in men's sizes and women's sizes. Well, let's face it, the ladies spend about as much time outdoors as the guys do nowadays. And you can look in the description. You're going to find a link to Dewbu heated apparel. That's where the jacket came from. And you're also going to find a code in the description to get you 20% off. I'm not saying I'm looking forward to below 0 temperatures, but I will tell you, I don't think they're going to bother me nearly as much as they used to.